So I don't see how jumping the shark became a bad thing. Because in 1977, if you were watching it live, it was awesome. When Fonzie jumped that shark, they like froze it in midair and you had to wait a whole week to find out what happened.
Did you honestly believe that Happy Days was going to kill off Fonzie?
Well, no, he wasn't going to die, but like when he jumped over those trash cans, he crashed and he ended up in the hospital. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen.
I'll tell you what happened. The show went downhill from there. That's what happened.
All right, I'll give you that. So, Jess, what are we going to do today?
The same thing we do every day, BJ. Try to take over the World Wide Web.
Yes. Welcome to Ginger and the Brain with Jess and BJ.
I'm the ginger and the brain.
As if.
All right. Before we move on to the video, we probably should wrap up what we were discussing, which is we got the numbers in. KPIs are telling us that the ROIs on our USP are LOL. Just BT dub.
Right. Well, you know, we've already been spitballing these ideas to kind of get the
Ew.
show going.
Spit? Ew.
It just means brainstorming. You throw it against the wall, see what sticks.
Can we not talk about spit? Particularly your spit?
All right. How about we run these up the flagpole? Is that better for you?
Acceptable.
All right.
All right. Well, let's get down to business.
Yeah, we should probably talk a little poker.
And settle up.
Ah, yes.
Yesterday, bookie set the line on how many past WPT final tablists would be at the final table.
There were 5 still in the field.
We took the under on 2.5.
Right, and we both nailed it. We called it exactly how it happened.
Yeah. Props.
Yes, we nailed this one. We both said Shannon Shore would make it, as would one of the former champions of this event, Hoyt Corder or Alan Carter.
Hoyt Corder?
Hoyt Corkins. Hoyt Corkins
Hoyt Corder
or Alan
and
Carter.
Alan Nickel.
Yes, well, Hoyt fell short. He busted
did.
first
He was
bust
the
out
first
of the
bust out
day.
of the day, yeah.
But Alan Carter made it in very good shape. So, point of all of this is we won the over-under. We're 2 for 2 against the bookie if you ignore all the ones we lost, which I do. And now we have our new bookie set a line of 42.5. Jess?
42.5. What? Hands till the first player busts at this final table. If it sounds kind of high, you have to keep in mind we had a really fast day yesterday, and even though we only have 2 players above average, which is about 1 million chips, average is 100 big blinds. So our shortest stack only has 40 big blinds.
Only. Our shortest stack has 40 big blinds.
Way to go, short stack. Our shortest stack is not short, moral of the story. So.
Nobody's in danger. It could be a while before somebody busts. But will it be 43 hands or more or 42 hands or less? Jess?
I'm going to take the over on this one because Shannon Shore seems to just be dead set on not busting out of this tournament and has been short and rallied back. And when you look at Lee Force and Pat Mahoney, the other 2 in the bottom half of the counts, they're a bit deliberate and patient when it comes to play that I think they'll wait it out.
I think you have the better of this, and I think your logic is sound.
But we have to have something where we're choosing
I'm going to go the other direction. I still think it's possible, you know, once they start mixing it up, the chip counts are dynamic. Somebody just has to get cooler, not even in a big pot. They have a lot of blinds, and I think they'll be playing some big pots as a result. And once one of those goes bad, somebody gets short, and then they're out.
And you do have some very, very aggressive players at the table. Allen's very aggressive. Ryan Hughes, very aggressive. Came into day 4 chip leader. Came out with less chips than he started with, but did make the final table.
Right, and still very healthy in chips.
Yeah, but he was part of the reason why lots of action on day 4. We were done in 6 hours, which gave us time to really work through this world domination plan for the wide web. Wide web?
World Wide Web.
Oh.
We should remember that one.
I really got to learn that. These fancy names, I can't keep up with them.
Yes. Well, Jess, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah, but BJ, how does opening up a Waffle House have anything to do with our plan for World Wide Web domination?
It doesn't, but I like where you're thinking with that. No, I was actually thinking about our player draft. You know, the part of the show where I consistently kick your butt. Maybe the only part of the show, but I like to think of it as the most important part of the show.
Okay, what's on the line this time?
Ooh, you still owe me Waffle House, by the way.
we can put it at our new... I can give it to you because I'll own it and I'll have the paper hat on and it would be awesome. Let's open our own Waffle House.
As long as I get my chicken sandwich plate. We're going to be in LA, so we could bet something LA specific on our next stop.
Are you a Pink's hot dog fan?
I like hot dogs.
All right. Pink's to the winner.
Okay. Loser buys Pinks.
Loser buys Pinks.
All right. So our final 6 players in chip order: Alexander Kuzmin, and Alan Carter both have about 2 million in chips. Huge chip leaders. Followed by Ryan Hughes, Leaf Force, Shannon Shore. They're kind of grouped anywhere between 66 and 84 big blinds. And short stack Pat Mahoney has 40. I'm the reigning winner, so Jess, you pick first.
Because I would love to see the first ever player winning the same WPT event twice, and because Alan has been there before, has chips, and has position on Shannon at the table, which has to help, I'm going to take Alan Carter, number 1 overall pick.
All right. The number 2 pick, I am going to do, I think, what is a first. I'm picking 5th in the chip counts to win. Shannon Shore has 66 big blinds. He is out of position to the 2 chip leaders, but he's so deep and the structure is strong. I think it's going to be a long night. I don't think anyone's going to be in rush. I think he can pull this out. Shannon Shore is my pick to win.
I actually really like that pick. I know it sounds crazy to draft 5th and chip 2nd, but Shannon is probably the most experienced player at the table when it comes to these big buy-in events. He's been playing for a few years now on the regular, final table of championship a couple years ago.
And as fifth in chips, I mean 66 big blinds, he is not in any danger of busting on a race right away.
He's also behind Ryan Hughes, who I think is really the wild card at this table in terms of he's very, very, very active, and that's helped him amass a lot of chips. It's also seen him drop a lot of chips as well.
Alrighty,
you get the next pick.
For my number 3 pick, I am taking the chip leader, Alexander Kuzmin. Not just because he has a lot of chips. I like this guy. He's a Russian. He's got the thick accent and all this.
As opposed to a diet Russian?
Well, as opposed to an American, Russian-American,
gotcha.
so to speak. So to speak, that's exactly what it would be. I just like this guy. He looks solid. I've never seen him before this tournament, but I think he's got chops, and I think he can play.
I definitely think he can play, and think that you have a good team going on. So what am I going to do now?
Number 4 pick to Jess.
Like I said, this is either going to make me or ruin me. I'm going to go Ryan Hughes. Got 840,000, which I'm making it sound like he had a bad day yesterday. We just had seen him destroy that money bubble so much that this day was in stark contrast. It just, things weren't going his way at all. And I am going to
Should point out, he does have 2 World Series bracelets.
Yes.
This is not a guy out of nowhere.
He is the only World Series of Poker bracelet
winner on our list, yes.
And then Alan's our only WPT winner, so good final table, by the way.
Yeah, out of our starting of 19 yesterday, Hoyt and Chad were the only 2 really big notables that didn't make the final table. This is a strong final 6, and I think it's going to be a good show.
All right, so who am I going next? Oh, I gotta go Leaf Force. He has a Funshine Bear.
Yes, he has a Care Bear card protector, and
we should do a cartoon.
Oh, I like a card. Can it be one of those cheesy, like, animated versions of us where we look kind of disjointed and stuff?
Yeah.
All right, I'm done with that.
Cartoon, Waffle House.
All right, we need more. More cards.
But can we synergize the Waffle House and the cartoon together?
We need branding. We need to get them product integrated into the show. But if we do that, that helps us monetize it.
Ooh, good call. Get that low-hanging fruit. All right, so cartoon, Waffle House, buy more Sharpies.
Yes,
right.
And the little Waffle House.
So yeah, I'm going to take Leaf Force. Sorry, guys. We're just really focused on this world domination thing.
All right, so final pick has been made for me. I'm going with Pat Mahoney, short stack with 40 big blinds, which is an average stack at most final tables. He never appeared to be in any rush. It seems like he's gonna protect his stack a little bit. Very nice, entertaining guy.
Yeah, and he's pretty funny. He's got a dry sense of humor that is.
He'll do commentary on hands that he's not in after the hand is over.
Yeah.
Entertaining guy, easy to root for. I like having him on my team regardless of how he finishes.
Yeah, I know sometimes it's not that we get stuck with the short stack, but you have someone who's just handcuffed by chips, and in this draft, you're like, oh.
I would pick him with this relative stack at a lot of other tables higher than 6th.
Yeah, I think none of these people are inevitably going to finish 6th or inevitably going to finish 1st. I feel like this is a final table going in. I have no idea.
Yes, this could go.
It could be reversed.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be shocking.
Any one of these 6 guys has a chance to win this.
And kind of cool story. Pat and Leaf are buds. I think they're rooming together. They are good friends, and you have them making their first final table together too.
Yeah.
All right, so we've done that. We got to go buy some Sharpies and meet with
More
some
cards.
Waffle House financiers. Yeah, office supply run.
Meeting at Waffle House.
Okay. All right. With all that, that
Question
only
of
leaves
the
us
day?
with question of the day.
All right, what do we got?
We're on the shore. Shannon Shore. What's your favorite shore?
All right, this might sound like I'm pandering, but it actually is the Gulf Shore.
Suck up.
Gulf of Mexico. No, I'm not sucking up. I grew up in Atlanta, and back in the 70s, Fort Lauderdale, Florida was like the big spring break area. Well, in the late 80s, it was the Florida Panhandle, the Gulf Coast. We went down there every spring, and everybody, you would see people you knew from other high schools and things like this. It was a blast. Gulf Coast, a lot of memories. They got white sand beaches, gorgeous.
Did you buy T-shirts?
I'm sure at one point. I remember a license plate, the crappy airbrushed license plate.
You know why I asked? Because it's T-shirt time! Jersey Shore! Jersey Shore! Beating up the beat. Have you even seen Jersey Shore? Don't judge if you haven't
accidentally
seen.
watched one episode.
Name a Jersey Shore character. I don't believe that you can.
I can name quite a few.
Let's go.
The Situation,
True.
Snooki,
Correct.
that bastard who got in that fight one time,
Which one?
the other slut number 2,
You got to be more specific.
other slut number 3.
Doesn't count.
I don't know. I'm running out here. That's all I got. They all kind of look the same to me too. Does that make me racist if they're white?
BJ, they're not white. They're orange.
Yeah. How did they get that way?
GTL, yo.
I don't know. What is GTL?
Really? Gym, tanning, laundry. I know that acronym. All these other ones are a little bit crazy, but that's kind of obvious.
GTL. Oh, and they think that looks good?
I mean, if it works for them, I don't think the guy in the hiking shirt needs to be judging anybody.